Today I'm here with senior Annie Nelson. Andy, what's this year's musical and what's your role?
This year we are performing Disney's Frozen, and I have Anna.
I'm here with sophomore Lexi Bizayon, and she's one of the other cast members from this year's musical, Frozen. What role do you have this year?
I actually play a few different roles. I played the king at the beginning of the show, and then towards the middle-ish end, I play Olaf.
Now I'm here with sophomore Bella Saliva, who is another cast member of this year's musical, Frozen. Bella, what is your role in the musical this year?
I play Kristoff.
How are you individually preparing for the musical?
I usually take time out of free class periods to go practice music with Mr. Gunter because some of the songs are pretty hard. I would say the songs are the hardest part so far, just preparing for that. And then we also have days in choir where we are supposed to be practicing for our district music contests, like duets, solos, and stuff like that. But a lot of the time I'll take that time to practice for my musical songs.
How are you individually preparing for your role?
I'm individually preparing by looking over my book almost every day at home, especially before practice.
And how are you individually preparing for the musical?
I like to sing into my mirror, like the few parts that I do sing, and then type out my lines to help me memorize them.
How did your tryouts go and what did they look like?
I think they went pretty well. The in-person tryout portion was just the acting. So a few weeks in advance he sent out like scripts. And when we went into tryout, you just had to pick a day that worked best for you, a day and a time. And he recorded it so he could, watch it back. And then the singing portion, you just had to send in a video of you singing whatever part you were trying out for.
How did your musical tryouts go and what did those look like?
So musical tryouts, you go in and you fill out this form, and it basically asks, what part do you want? Do you have any past experiences? And you fill out the whole thing, and then you give it to the director, and then he has you run over the parts, and then he usually has you do it with a few other people, and he switches the parts around, and then you do your singing audition, and then you're done.
And for you personally, how did your tryouts go, and kind of take us through what they looked like?
Well, I didn't do a in-person audition for Kristoff because I switched who I was auditioning for. I originally was auditioning for Elsa or Anna, and then I realized that that's not really what I wanted to do. So then when we were supposed to do the singing auditions, I switched to Kristoff, which went pretty well.
What musicals and plays have you participated in the past?
My sophomore year, I participated in Disney's Aladdin Jr., and then my junior year, I participated in Bad Auditions on Camera.
Musicals have you done in the past?
I have been in quite a few musicals in the past. The biggest one was 2 years ago. We did Aladdin, and I played Babcock. And then I was also in Allstate, and we did The Princess and the Pea, or it's also known as Once Upon a Mattress.
Have you done any musicals in the past or plays, and what did they look like?
All of them went really well. My latest musical I was in was Allstate, which was Once Upon a Mattress, and then 2 years ago I did Aladdin, where I was Genie, and then I've been in a few plays for one act and all school play these past few years, and when I was in elementary I was in Seussical.
How do you foresee being in musicals and plays helping you in your future?
I would say that being in musicals and plays has definitely helped me with my confidence because it's being on stage is very intimidating, especially in front of people that you know. Because I don't know, it's just like a very vulnerable state, and I think that being on stage and doing things like that really helps with stage fright and confidence and even just like public speaking and stuff like that.
How do you foresee this helping you in the future?
I foresee musical helping me in the future because it teaches you the responsibility of having a part and having to stick to it and having to stay on a tight schedule. And also, the biggest thing is it teaches you to be confident and be a great public speaker, which is important.
How do you feel that being in musicals and plays is going to help you in your future?
It's definitely made me more confident and more sure of myself, and it's already helped me a little bit because of my experience with that has helped me go into speech and be not completely not knowing what I'm doing. But in my future, like I said before, confidence and just responsibility, having people rely on you.
If you are questioning joining musical or anything of the acting aspect or fine arts aspect, I would definitely recommend it because it's really fun, and I did not want to do it at all. Mr. Gunter really pressured me into doing it my sophomore year, and I do not regret it at all. I think it's a very fun experience and something that everybody should try.